Alright, let's see if this is any better than it was last time. Okay, Braz. Alright, I'm seeing a black screen on my end. Oh, come on. Actually work this time, would you? Any luck? Are we having any luck at all? I can't tell. Let me refresh my page as well. Okay, am I having any audio, any video, anything? Try shutting my cam off. Why? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm getting audio because it's coming through in the stream. There we go. All right. That it seems like it looks better on my end this time, or is it just my imagination? That actually looks like it's coming through the stream better, slightly anyway. I still haven't figured out how to get rid of that black boxes on the lefts and the rights of the screen, so that I can make it full screen. I thought it was too. I think it does look a little bit better. But I have got to. I will eventually figure it out how to tweak that. You were muted. Oh, the dogs and the kids. seems a lot less janky. I'll take it. I will take that one, Vorzik, gladly. Anytime it says less janky, that's a good day. Really? You keep it up and I'll ship you to Kaz's house. He loves animals. Yeah, it is happy days. Any day of streaming is a good day. I have decided. No, I haven't decided. I'm still deciding. I'm going to decide whether I want the store to open this way or open the other way, but I will figure that out later. Ship Brazix while I'm at it. I tell you what, I will shove this dog in a cracker box because she's small enough to fit in that, and then I'll just ship Brazix here, and you can have the dog. That'll work, won't it? Ghostberry, you still here, buddy? If you're still here, I'll try to answer those questions you were asking me earlier. Now that I've got the program up and running, I can actually show you some of those steps in this program because they're pretty much the same. Thank you for the host, Titch. Appreciate it. You're the bomb, as always. Alrighty, let's see. I'm going to fix this. This looks horrible, even though it is really small. So I posted that Supergirl pic once I got it finished on Facebook, and man, it lit up like wildfire. Uh, Probably one of the most liked illustrations that I have on there. He, yeah, he may have left and tried to restart or something, but he was in here earlier asking me some questions about Photoshop, and I was just actually going to use this program to kind of show him how it works. Yes, I did. It. I'm impressed. They altered it a little bit. They took the gold out from behind the red, behind the S, but I think it looks good. I think it looks modern, um, but yet it still holds that classic look to it as well. And it kind of reminds me of the muted down colors like Man of Steel. It's similar to that, not identical, but similar. I actually like it. I like the way it looks. I'm sure people are going to be like, "Oh my God, it doesn't look like the original." But the Supergirl I drew doesn't look like the original either. So, and I don't mind the reddish hair she's got instead of the platinum blonde. I kind of like that too. I think it looks nice. Um, I'm pretty pleased with the way she turned out, the way they've got her looking. She doesn't look cheesy or cheap. It just they did a good job, I think. Of course, somebody else is going to come along and say, "Oh no, it's the worst outfit I've ever seen." Exactly, Vorzik, you got it right. She doesn't look like she's wearing her underoos. Kaz, I'm not as familiar with her acting as you are. Um, so I'm gonna just kind of wait until I watch the show to see whether I'm gonna like her or not. I don't know her. I don't know that I've ever seen her in anything, so I can't really say. You don't mind the hair? Looks a bit too old for you though. She looks 30 something. How come I lost audio? You guys hearing me? It sounds like my audio is gone again. If it is, let me know. Well, I guess that was a dumb thing to say. If my audio is gone, your guys aren't going to hear me to say that it's gone. But if it's still live, and I'm asking you if it's live, you can tell me that it is. Alright, that chin's too big. Okay, thanks. I can always count on you, Braz. Yeah, I know, Vorzik. I was talking out loud to myself, and I kept thinking, if they can't hear me, everything I'm saying is just kind of like pointless. But then again, even when you can hear me, most everything I say is pretty much pointless anyway. I tend to just ramble on, man. You know, have a good time. I'm not too worried about anything. Try to, anyway. Uh, you're quite the opposite of that. Although you might be crazy. That you might be nuts. That might be true. But you're a reliable nut. So that's right. Crazies are the best. She dyed her hair blonde for the show. I'm going to wait to see how she does, but right now I don't see her as Supergirl yet. But remember, I said the same thing. That's right. Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way with you, Kaz, on that. Um, I'm gonna reserve my opinion of her until after I see her play the part, because who knows, man? She might nail this part. I mean, we don't know for sure. I mean, she may just this may be a role for her. I won't know until I actually see it. Um, I wasn't sure how good this Arrow show was going to be until I started watching it, and I ended up getting hooked by. I was really hooked by the third show, and I didn't know that I would be that hooked with the show until I gave it a chance. But again, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see, and if she's not up to par, I'll say so. If I think she's doing a good job, uh, I'll say that as well. Of course, you will too. You're just like I am. You'll tell it like you think it is. We're not on the same page, broski. Oh, but we are. You and I and the wooden shoe, we're all on the same page, Braz. We're all on the same shoe, as we should say, not the same page. You're from the future? Well, don't spoil it for me. Braz, you're not a big fan of Arrow? Or are you saying it's pretty good, as in, like, it's pretty good, like, you really like it? Or are you saying, eh, it's pretty good? Because they're different kinds of pretty good. One is like, wow, yeah, it's pretty good. And the other is like, it's pretty good. So it's like good. Okay, that straightens it out for me. I'm pretty clear on that now. Trying to verify what you mean by pretty good. So, Kaz, what did she star in before um her role as Supergirl? Because I don't know anything about this girl. I don't know that I've ever seen her in anything. I may have, and I just don't know it. But if it ain't Hayden, I really don't know much about TV actresses. She played in Glee in the movie. Yeah, see, I never saw either one of those. Never watched Glee, and I don't even know what Whiplash is. Glee, ugh. I'm taking it you didn't like Glee. I saw like the previews and stuff for Glee, and I'll be honest with you, it just didn't seem well, there's a reason why I haven't seen it, because it just doesn't. That's not something I would be interested in, I don't think. Of course, like I said, it's kind of hard to say if I've never watched it, but it's typically not the type of shows I like. But I've been wrong before. I've misjudged the show and thought, I don't particularly care for that genre of entertainment in shows, and then ended up watching it and thought, oh, well, you know what? This one actually wasn't as bad. So I guess anything's possible, but Glee just never seemed to appeal to me. Hey, man, that's a good show. Yeah, go ahead, man. That's cool. Watch it. I don't blame you. I'd watch it too. As a matter of fact, I watched it the other day. I love Ghost in the Shell. Love it. What are you talking about, AM, Vorzix? They always make weird decisions. It don't matter what time of day it is. Well, it's not funny to me because I didn't like that either. For that same reason. I know I'm going to hear it. Oh my God, you didn't like Grease? No, I did not. Was not a fan of it. And for the same reasons that I wouldn't like Glee. I don't typically like those types of movies or TV shows. Although I don't know how you're comparing a movie to a TV series, but okay. Yeah, I'm the same way. I didn't care for it. Grease had spandex and greasy hair and cool cars. I don't hardly think just because they're musicals, that don't make them the same. Not exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. I wasn't a fan of that one either. While you were watching Grease and liking it, I was watching probably Indiana Jones or something. Yeah. Oh, the cars, man. I gotta say, I enjoyed that part of the movie, seeing some of those classic cars in there. But they could have all the rest of it. I didn't care for it. I had no interest in watching John Travolta singing to Olivia Newton-John. It just didn't appeal to me. didn't care for it. Now, if I was the one singing to Olivia Newton-John, that would be different, but just saying. Watching another grown man sing to her is... Nah, I'll pass. They both rely on massive stereotypes, and which annoys. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But I know what you're saying, Kaz. I, there are a lot of people that loved Grease. I mean, it's considered a classic for that reason because unfortunately, it has a lot of fans. It really does. So there is a following. So I get your point. Um, a lot of people did love that, and those people that loved that don't love Glee. But I think you got to take into consideration that those people are now adults. They weren't adults when Grease came out. It was they were that age when Grease came out. So naturally they liked it because they were that age. But now that that group has grown up, they're adults now. Glee just doesn't appeal to them anymore. So that's probably why they're hating on it. You know, when you're a teenager, you know you like shows about teenagers, but once you're a grown adult, you know, not so much anymore. So watching TV shows about a bunch of teenagers running around singing when you're 30 plus just not, you know, it's just not something you enjoy anymore. Now back when you was 15, 16, 17 and you was watching it, it appealed to you. That same group though, like I said, they're grown now, so they're not going to like it. But even back then I wasn't big on I'm not big on musicals to begin with of any kind. There are a couple that I've watched here and there that I liked. Glee was the most watched show on TV while it was on. Now that I'm not so sure of. Otherwise, that show would still be on because it's not that old. Unless it was a sci-fi channel show, then it could have, you know, very well been the case. But I know Glee was on back when Law and Order, NCIS started, Criminal Minds started, CSI, and all those shows were on. And I don't believe it was ranked higher than any of those shows because CSI, for the longest time, the original CSI, was one of the top shows on TV. And I'm not saying it was the top show, but it was one of the top shows. And I don't remember Glee outranking it, nor NCIS, nor any of those other shows like that. I don't remember Glee being that popular. I couldn't even tell you what network it was on. I think you're saying it because you're a fan of it, which is fine. Oh, it's still on? See, that goes to show you. For a show that's supposed to be so popular, I don't ever recall seeing it in the ratings anywhere in the charts. Just like that show Murder She Wrote. Oh, it's Murder She Wrote. It's one of the best shows ever on TV. It's one of the highest rated shows ever. Blah, 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 blah. Then I go to check the Nielsen ratings, and I don't even see it in the ratings. No, I swear, it's like one of the number one shows. But dude, it's not in the Nielsen ratings. But everybody watches it. Really? The only place I know that watches it are old folks' homes, and they just turn it to that channel and leave it. That's, you know. But I never knew anybody personally that watched Murder She Wrote. But I know people did. I'm just having fun picking. I like how you closed with sticking your tongue out. That's funny, dude. uh, I'm just saying that I have never seen Glee in the Nielsen ratings as the number one show. I've never seen it. 60 Minutes, yes. 2020, yes. Sunday Night Football, occasionally is number one. Monday Night Football, occasionally was number one. CSI was number one a few times. NCIS was number one a few times. But I don't ever recall seeing Glee as the number one show in America. Just don't remember ever seeing it. Of course, maybe it was the week I just didn't check. I don't know. But you might be right. You could very well be right. It could have been the number one show for a few weeks, and I just didn't know it. But I certainly don't remember seeing it in the charts. And I'm usually pretty good about keeping up with stuff like that. Because I love entertainment, so I'm usually on top of that stuff. But I guess it could be possible. not that I can remember it, but. And if you tell me that it's on the CW, I'm going to know for sure it was never a number one show, because CW ain't never had a number one show. Maybe on the network. On their network, it might have been the number one show. He's going to come back with something good, watch. Watch, Braz, he's going to have something for me. He's taking too long to reply. He's typing up something really nice. And it's probably going to end with Fook and Fooker. Alright, let's see. Get my blacks in there. Alright, I got my blacks in there. It was the number one show, I swear. It was. You're not saying anything? Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. I probably shouldn't be poking the bear this morning either. I don't want to get him too riled up because we've had a long week this week. All four of us. But he's my bud, man. I'll go to war for him any day of the week. Any day of the week. I will say this though, back to the original conversations, which was Supergirl. She's cute enough. I mean, she's got that next, she's got that next door, you know, the girl next door kind of look. She does have that kind of an innocence look to her. So I mean, she's got the face. Um, she does, like I said, she does have the girl next door look to her. She looks like, she has that innocence about her. Um, so I'm not disappointed yet, so far. So I just, like you said, man, I hope you're. This is one of those times where I hope you're not right, because I really want her to be good at this, because I really want to watch a good Supergirl show. I'm a fan of Supergirl, and we need a really well done Supergirl television show. I don't mean some corny because she's a girl corny show. We need a very well done Supergirl show that's done as well as some of these male leading hero shows. It needs to be done and treated with the same respect. So I'm really hoping it's got good writing, and I'm really hoping that she plays the part well, because I would love to have, a good Supergirl show that I can be a fan of. I mean, I got a lot of. I'm nervous about it, but because I want it to be so good. Um, so I just normally I'm like, yeah, hoping you're right, but this is one of those rare occasions where I'm kind of hoping you're wrong, and that that she is a better actress than than what she has impressed you with, as in the past. I hope she impresses you, because then if she impresses you, then obviously she's done an outstanding job. So, because if you're not a big fan of hers, and then all of a sudden you like her in this role, that's saying something for her acting. Then, all right, let's see what I'm gonna do here. Okay, I gotta put some shadows back here. It's like a awkward silence now. It's like I'm hearing myself breathing. Is everything all right? I guess in the stream. Let me see. Do. Looks like it's froze up. Can you guys hear me? Is the stream frozen or is it just frozen on my end on Twitch? Hey, Patty. How are you? How are you, Patty? Welcome to the stream. You're fine? Good, good. That's always good news. And you're very welcome. I started out just kind of testing the stream out, and then I started working like I usually do, and then, well, here I am, still doing it. It was just going to be a few minutes, just a few minutes to test the stream out, and then this is what happened last time, and it ended up being an all-day stream. So, which I don't think I'm going to be doing that today because I got a lot of stuff I got to get done, other stuff I need to get done today as well. So. it's not working out. Let's see. I was watching my good old pal over there on the Waffling Brits channel, watching him stream this morning. I am. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I'm definitely ready for tomorrow's show, and I'm assuming they probably are as well. Um, I'm just really fortunate to be with such a good group of friends, and I mean real friends, and tight knit group, and that just has it together, man. I've been trying to, Braz, I'm glad you're here. I mentioned it, I dropped a note in Uvu to the guys, and of course Titch. I don't, she's definitely not a guy, but anyway, so the crew, and hopes that we can discuss, you know, times, because you're not the only person that is having issues watching our show in the time slot. There is an absolutely huge market that we are missing. The European market, and there are a lot of people that are European that has expressed interest in trying to catch the show, but because we don't air until at least midnight their time, sometimes 1 a.m. depending on where in Europe. Um, we're missing that audience. So I'm trying to for all of us to kind of discuss how we can um, find a way of offering material for that audience as well. I can imagine that. I was talking with Tyson yesterday about our streams months ago, and that I'm missing the thing we had. Right, exactly. I mean, I understand that all four of us all are in the U.S., and we're all Eastern time, so it works for us. It works very well for us, but the internet does not care about time zones as much as people do. So the thing is, when you're doing a broadcast that is worldwide, because Twitch is worldwide, anybody can watch, you do kind of have to consider. And we discussed that for a long time before we even aired our first show, was what would be a good time, with the idea that we made that based on, you know, um, the different audiences trying to watch the show. So I mean, we do need to talk about it, and we do need to figure out a way of appealing to a wider audience than just Eastern Time USA. Um, so if we're going to grow, we really do need to try to appeal to more markets, more audience, more of a universal time to do it. And I don't know what that optimal time is. I don't know what the best time to catch both markets is, but I'm sure there is one. And the other thing we got to consider is, you know, work schedules, because um, Sid works a lot of hours through the week, and I mean a lot of hours. And he only has a limited time in the day in which he can do the show. Whereas with me, I'm a lot more flexible. So it's not as big a deal for me, the times, but for Sid it is, because he can only do it at certain times. So that's another thing that we have to take into consideration as well. So there is a lot to talk about, but it is something we are talking about, just to let you know. You pick a part of Europe, Asia, and one right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something we need to do. I mean, it's something that definitely warrants a real conversation, and we will. That's the thing I'd like. Uh, that's the one thing I could say about working with these guys. Not only are they great friends, but they're all very professional, and so we cut up and we have a good time. But when it comes down to it, in the end, we do try to discuss things that is going to make the show better, and we do discuss things that we can do to appeal to a wider crowd, and try to catch bigger audiences. Um, so and see, I've been kind of experimenting around too with my streaming. That's why sometimes I stream in the early part of the day. Sometimes I stream really late at night, and sometimes I don't stream until the afternoon. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to appeal to all the different time zones. I'm trying to catch people all over the world. So um, I'm not just streaming what's best for one particular time zone. I'm actually trying to catch as many time zones as I possibly can, um, for that reason. Just so people have a chance to you know, see the stream. And once I get it figured out, what's what's best and what's optimal, that's probably what I'm going to go with, is that time slot where I can pretty much catch all the different time zones. If I stream at a certain time, pretty much everybody is up and about, and you know going through their day or whatever. So, but it's tricky. It's really tricky trying to find that that niche, that time zone. But it can be done. Others have done it. So can't say it's not possible. And I think my stream froze again, because I'm not hearing myself. He said the pressure is why he doesn't stream. Who said that? Did I miss something, Kaz? I probably did. I miss a lot of things. Oh goodness, here comes all the kids over to the house. Oh, Tyson. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't catch that. I kind of feel stupid about that now, but um, well, as much as guys, I love Tyson to death, man. I think Tyson is awesome. I really do. And the thing that is so hard for me with that whole deal is I get so excited when he comes back. It's like, oh my God, Tyson's streaming again, and I go into streams, and I talk to him, and I have a great time every time I do. And it's just so good to have him back. And then he doesn't stream again for like a long time, and then he comes back, and you get excited again because he's back, and then and then he doesn't stream again for a little while, and it's just I really wish he would find his niche and stick to streaming, because he's such a great person and such a fun person to talk to in his chats and his streams and stuff, that, how can I put it without sounding harsh, other than I would much rather watch him than some of these jabronis that I had been watching for a long time that now I just can't stand to watch. Um, I would much rather spend my time watching Tyson. I'm just being honest about it. We need, basically, what I'm getting at is, we need more streamers like Tyson and less streamers like those punks I was talking about. I agree. He does need to stop feeling, but he does it to himself. He puts unnecessary pressure on himself, and I don't understand why he does that. He's so good at streaming, and he's so fun to watch. Uh, that him putting that stress on himself, there's no reason for him to do that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's so fun, man. Um, I don't think Tyson realizes how many people love to be in his stream. I don't know that he really realizes how many people genuinely care about him and care about him being on stream. I don't know that he knows. I don't know that he realizes how he touches people's lives. And you form this sort of bond with him, and he I don't know that he understands that completely. I'm not saying he's not, he's not capable of understanding. I don't think he realizes that people do genuinely love his talking to him and love his streams, because it's kind of hard for some people to accept that people see them that way. But it's true. Like I said, I definitely would rather be in his stream than some of them other ones I thought were good streamers. Yeah, I can imagine, Brazix. That's probably really hard for you. I think he gets discouraged because of it. He gets the low viewer counts because he's not consistent. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but if you want the numbers, you've got to do this. Me personally, I don't get upset with my numbers at all, because I'm going to stream regardless. I don't care if I've got one person in here. I don't care if I've got 0 people in here. I draw regardless. And the fact that I've just got my stream open, I'm just giving people an opportunity to swing by and stop in, have a chit chat if they want to. We can talk about movies, we can talk about sports, we can talk about the weather, we can talk about art, we can talk about whatever, and pass the time. But you know, it's not about that for me. But if you want numbers, then you have to be present on the internet, and you have to be consistently present. You can't just pick and choose when you want to be on and expect to have consistent numbers. It's not going to happen. It doesn't work in television either. If a TV show is on regularly, it gets viewers. When a TV show starts, you know, missing the day that it's supposed to be on, and then weeks go by before it's back on again, people will find something else to watch. While, because they're going to watch something, and this is absolutely no different. Yep, that's true, Kaz. I had I've got a friend of mine that has a really solid, straight view of streaming. If you're going to be playing video games and you want to be a streamer, there's absolutely no reason why your stream should not be running. In other words, if you're trying to be a streamer, your stream should be running every time you're playing a video game, whether you feel like it or not, whether you're in the mood or not. You need to turn that streaming function on every single time you're playing a video game if you're trying to be a streamer. Um, that's kind of what I decided I was going to start doing with my artwork. If I'm going to be drawing, and I've got my programs where I'm able to stream, I'm going to stream it. So I'm going to be drawing anyways. So why not share it with other people? And he's kind of the reason why I decided I was going to start streaming my artwork. Um, Once Kaz told me that I was able to do this, and not get in trouble, which I want to thank you for that, Kaz. Um, I've been trying to stream every chance I'm drawing because, like I said, I'm drawing anyways. Why not share it with people? I don't like that line in there. I'm getting rid of it. You know, though, Braz, the more he looks at those old video, those playbacks and highlights and things of older streams that he did, the more he's gonna find, the more reasons he's gonna find to start streaming again, because he'll be seeing the times that he actually had fun doing it, and which is a good thing. So if he's watching, the videos, and he's laughing, and he's thinking back on when he had so much fun doing that, that's actually a really good thing, because that should kind of motivate him to get back into it. I would think that it would. When I woke up yesterday, I was thinking, gee, what are they all so strung up about, and what are they working for, but doing it the wrong way? It's being partnered. So I said, I should start streaming every day and get partnered before them, so they really you know what, Cass? It wouldn't be hard to do, to get them riled up. All we got to do is just speak, and it seems to bother some people. But I don't know, man. I love drawing. I love playing video games. I love drawing. I love talking about TV shows. I love watching certain movies. I love science fiction. There's a lot of things that I love, and there's a lot of people that have the same thing in common. They love the same things I do, and I just was like, you know what? Why not just stream the things I love? And if people like it, they're gonna like it. If they don't like it, then that's fine too. We don't all like the same things. I don't think he will get back into it. I know a bit more about what's going on, and that stays between him and me. I hope he gets into. Yeah, he's talked to me a bit about the YouTube thing. He talked to me pretty much at length a few days ago, and I was encouraging him to do that. Um, Again, find something you like to do and do that. If this is not doing it for him, maybe that will. I did try to get him to see that he might not should just totally delete his channels yet, because he's talking about, creating a whole new brand and a whole new name, and he was wanting to come up with a really catchy name, and he was asking me if I thought he should delete all his old stuff, and I told him I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that until I got everything else set up and had all of my new stuff running and had it all smooth, and it was doing what he wanted it to do, because he could use his old channels as a way to move traffic over to his new channels. For example, when he's offline on Twitch, he could easily create a banner that says that my new channel is here, and give the web addresses, or the URLs or whatever. Please be sure to jump over there to see what I'm up to. And even if he's not actually streaming on it, he can still use it to direct traffic to his new stuff. Um, and occasionally he may want to go live on his old channels just long enough to say, hey, I'm just on here to try to let everybody know that I am now on YouTube. Here's my URLs, and here's the links, and blah, blah, blah. And just start moving, because he's got over 400 people that's following him on Twitch. So if he could move that traffic over to his new stuff, then go ahead and get rid of it after. But I wouldn't do it beforehand. I just wouldn't. I would use that success, that limited success that he did have on that. I would still use that to bring it over into his new venture. Yeah, I was the same way. It's totally up to him if he wants to do it. Um, he just asked me, he asked me what I thought, and I was honest with him. I gave him about as honest opinion as I could, because I do consider Tyson a friend of mine, and you know, he seemed like he needed some pointers, maybe a fresh look at it. Um, and as a friend, I tried to do that for him. Um, I just want him to be happy. I want him to be happy doing whatever it is he wants to do. And if that means going over to YouTube and not dealing with the being live thing, because I think that's what bothers him so much, is being live, um, more power to him. I'll help him. I mean, I'll tell people where to find him. I'll do the same things for him doing that as I would if he was streaming on Twitch. So anything I can do to help him, I'm going to, and I know you guys will too, because he's such a great guy. Um, so whatever makes the guy happy, man, that makes me happy. Like I said, there are plenty of douchebags that do this, and they stream, and they're freaking douchebags. And we need more. We need more Tysons, whether that's on YouTube or whether that's on Twitch. We need more people like that, because the world knows we got enough of the others. I kind of look at it like this, Braz. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit, and I don't mean to, but we're talking about somebody that's a friend of ours. But I kind of look at it like this: people have a lot going on in their personal lives, and if I am going to be streaming, I don't want to make them feel like there's just that much more to deal with. There's drama, or that there's. I just genuinely want people to come in, be able to have a good conversation, relax for a little bit, maybe enjoy some artwork if they enjoy seeing my artwork, enjoying the conversation, and chill out for a while, because you know what? They could be sitting at home watching TV. spending time watching a television show or reading a book or drawing themselves or whatever. So every minute of every second that people spend in my chat room talking to me is it's an honor to have that person in my chat room because they could be doing something else. And I just hope that comes through when I'm streaming. Um, because like I said, I've seen people doing it the wrong way, and I don't want to be that person. I don't. I've seen how you can do this horribly wrong. So when people come here, I want them to get the opposite experience. I want them to have fun, cut up, have a good time, kind of escape the day. Kind of like the way I feel when I'm in Kaz's stream, your stream, the Waffling Brits stream, uh, Icy Rain stream, Raw Gaming. Those I go in there and it's I have a good time. Tyson when he was streaming, Titch when she's streaming, Sid when he's streaming. It's just a lot of people out there that I just absolutely love to sit out and hang out in their chats. And I see how they do it and what makes it nice. And so I kind of try to emulate those things in my stream, but just being myself. But still trying to do some of the things that they do in their streams that I enjoy. Which most of the time is just great conversation. And I hope you guys don't mind. Every once in a while, what I do is I kind of scroll back out because I don't know who's coming or going in the chat. And if I'm always zoomed in, um, they can't see what I'm working on. So if I scroll out, that's what I'm doing, just giving people an opportunity to see. So. Is that what is that? Shy Dice? I don't know. I don't know how to say your name. Um, so I apologize. I'm glad something was funny. I mean, if nothing else, me butchering your name was funny as well. But welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time, as I know I am. I am using Manga Studio 4EX. I have 5 as well, but this is 4. I tend to use 4EX more than 5. I don't know why, but I do. I guess because I've been using it longer, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I'm using, like I said, Manga Studio. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's great for comic book illustration because it's made for that reason. It's specifically designed for comic book illustration. So it's absolutely fantastic. Um, for that purpose. It's also good for you know, just illustration too, but it's specifically designed for you know, comics and cartooning and illustration, because it's not Photoshop, and it doesn't have some of the things that Photoshop has that's more geared towards photo manipulation. It doesn't include those things, but everything that Photoshop has that was great for illustrating, it does have. It is. When I export this file, it is print ready. It is vector based to begin with because it is pure black. Blacks are blacks and whites are white, and they're vectorized. So when I export a page out, it is immediately ready to be printed. Um, so yes, you don't have to convert it. You can export it out as a TIFF. I work on high resolution. I work TIFFs at 600 DPI, which is twice as high as it should be. But I put a lot of detail in the work, so I usually work at 600 DPI, and then as I export it out, I export out at 600 DPI, and then they convert it down to 300 DPI when it's ready to go to press. So they get really large files from me until it's ready to hit the printer, hit the printing press, and then of course they drop it down to 300, so it retains all of its detail. Because it is vector based, it doesn't lose its detail. So are you an illustrator as well, Cause? You do a lot of illustration, digital, or are you traditional? Just interested? You do it all? You know what? You almost have to these days, don't you? I mean, you know, there was a time when you could really kind of specialize in a particular field, but anymore, man, as artists, we pretty much have to do it all because you just can't really get anybody else to do it, uh, and and then be reliable about it, you know. So yeah, I understand what you're talking about, man. I really do. I've had to. The only thing I don't really do much is color. I don't color my own work. And I used to not ink my own work because I like the look of someone else inking my work because it gives it something a little unique, um, you know. But I've had to learn to do this myself because the quality of inking is not where I want it to be. Like a lot of the guys that are inking, um, that are trying to get into the industry now and stuff, the quality is just not acceptable for me. So I just started doing it myself. Um, Hence why I'm working in Manga. Because now I pencil it in Manga and then I ink it. And a lot of times I'll pencil it. Um, I'll pencil it on a 11 by 17 board and scan it and then import it into Manga and then ink it in Manga. Welcome back, Patty. Welcome back. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. We've just kind of had to learn to do it all, ain't we? I mean, just to be honest. But do you have, just out of curiosity, do you have a um, anything in particular that you enjoy doing more as an artist than, say, some other things you do? I mean, is there like one particular thing that you like? This is I love doing this more than anything, or you just love doing it all? Music and art is my life, so whatever medium that is produced, though, I'm into. And I kind of go back and forth with digital and analog. That's a good way of putting it, man. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, I do a lot of different art as well, and I I deal in I dabble in a lot of different things too. Music's one of the things as well. I love to play music. Um, I love to paint. I love to photography. I love doing illustration. Um, if I'm not doing something artistic, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, but I absolutely love being an artist and sharing with other artists and learning from other artists as well. So that's another thing that I enjoy doing. I love looking at other people's stuff and and just looking at the things they're doing and you know trying to see how they do the things they do. And um, I get fascinated in. Yeah, you know how I feel. Yeah, I do. I get so blown away, man. Like I'll look at other people's stuff and I'm just like, what was they thinking when they came up with it? That is so freaking awesome. I mean, that, and or I see some beautiful painting or something, and I'm like, my God, that is absolutely beautiful painting. And I'll just study it and I'll look and I'll try to figure out what they did, and maybe what kind of technique they used. And so not only do I love being an artist, but I love being a student of the art as well, because you can never stop learning as an artist. I don't think you can. It's always a form of evolution. I'm always trying to evolve as an artist and try to do something um, bigger and better than the last thing that I did. And just always trying something new. But just seeing some of the stuff that other people can come up with and just being blown by it, blowing me out of the water. Like, wow, that is absolutely amazing how they did that, and hopefully learn something from that. I don't think there's anything quite like creating your own art. It's something. There's something about it. It's something you did. It's a part of you. It's hard to explain to people that aren't artists, but it's a part of our soul. It's a part of our being, and this is us coming out in the form of art. It's an expression of ourselves, and I get blown away by that aspect of just seeing what other people, how they are expressing themselves and through their art, and it's sometimes it's more mind-boggling than anything. Oh, I know what I need to do. I forgot. Gotta close that line out, or it'll keep doing that all day. There we go. Nope. Welcome back, Kaz. How you doing, bud? Did you leave because I was boring you to death? 'Cause I'm not playing Dota or anything. Oh, just took a shower. Did you use Irish Spring? Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, much better. Because her leg is going back that way. Mm-hmm. So, how many instruments do you play? Cause a panic? Probably play more than one, I'm guessing. Fresh air in the chat. I hope it stays that way. Did I see his talking about? Yeah, I did. If it's still about the Destiny's House of Wolves DLC, is that what you're talking about? Because I was working on the news all for the last 2 days. See, I told you I was on it. I was ready. I'm ready for the show, dude. I've been ready for the show since like Wednesday. I'm ready this week. Of course, I'm pretty much ready every week, but I was a little bit extra ready this week. And I tell you why, Kaz, because this has been a good week. It got a little stressful about midweek, but it's been overall been a good week for our group. It's been a good week for me. It's been a good week for the rest. Because for some reason, I feel light. Like I've had this big tumor that's been on my back removed. And now I have a new outlook on life. I'm no longer dealing with all that negative stuff, all that negative vibes, all them negative conversations, all that childish stuff that's been going on for the past 6 months. We're free of it. And I feel much better. I'm like reborn. Yes, it is. Um, it is big news, but since there's over 20 million people that have a PlayStation 4, I kind of thought that should probably be the lead story since that's like the biggest console on the market. Um, Even though I agree, I think the other is a big story. I don't. There's 20 some odd million people though that own the PlayStation 4, so I just kind of I was flipping a coin about that because not as many people. You and I care about the Shield, but when there's 20 something million people that have a PlayStation 4 that already own a PlayStation 4 and they've all been looking forward to HBO being on their PlayStation 4s, I kind of was like, that's probably going to appeal to more people. Um, so I was kind of torn uh, with which one to be, which one should be the top story, which one should be the second story. But ultimately, it came down to that for me. If you want to change it, I don't have a problem with changing it. But I thought that because so many people love HBO, and there's so many people that have um, consoles, um, you know, so many PlayStation 4 consoles, and that's been such a big thorn in the sides of a lot of PlayStation 4 owners. That's pretty big news for them. Um, that's kind of why I went that direction. 100 million PC players want to come. No, they do not. Don't even try that. This is still an Android device. A lot of PC owners could care less about the Shield. They don't play consoles. They care about their PCs. Not. I don't even think that's the same market. 100 million PCs. They don't care about no basically an Android semi wannabe console device. You got to realize something. PC owners don't want to go back. They're not wanting to go backwards. They want more power. They want more, they if it was some new hard drive or some new graphics card, oh man, they'd be eating that up. But to basically be offering a streaming device that sits on top of a television that doesn't even have the power, that doesn't even have the computing power of the PlayStation 4, PC owners could care less about that. I understand it's got great streaming capabilities, but in the end, it's still just a streaming device. It's still an Android operating device. It's basically a mobile device put in a box that can stream high quality. I'll give it that. But I just don't think that 100 million PC owners really care about that. Some will, but not 100 million of them. I'm a PC player, but I would love to have a PS4. Yeah, you know what, Brazix? Um, I would love for you to have a PlayStation 4 too. I would love for Kaz to have a PlayStation 4, the jabroni, the Fooker. But he's so PC Master Race. Here you go, Brass. Me own a PlayStation 4. Oh, the thought. Why would I have such a primitive device? I have a PC, and I'm a PC elitist. I am a PC Master Race. I am everything that glorifies being a PC Master Race. I have this powerful computer. I have this PC that can run the equivalent of 5 PlayStation 4s. Why would I want to own that? Man, you could have that Xbox One, dude. You can have it. It's a paperweight. That's what that is. Mr. Bill Gates. I love Bill Gates. And I swear to God, if you keep trying to convince me that the Xbox One is better than the PlayStation 4, still to this day you keep trying to convince me, I'm going to laugh at you every time you do, because it's not. It's buggy. I've just read a report yesterday
that they can't even run half the programs that's been designed in the new update. They can't even run half them programs because it keeps shutting the Xbox One down. But if you want to have a faulty product, by all means go right ahead and buy it, buddy. But I'm telling you right now, it ain't what you think it is. It's faulty. A lot of faults. That's why people keep taking them back and trading them in for PlayStation 4s. Now, even though the PlayStation 4 has its own set of problems, it doesn't have as many. You do love Bill Gates. I think you want to have Bill Gates' love child, because you all about Microsoft. Yeah, I didn't say it was better, you fucking fooker. I finally got it out of him. It took me an hour, Braz, but I did it. They are not the same. It's what you keep trying to tell me. You know what you're doing? You're speaking lies to me, son. Lies. You want the Xbox One to be as good as the PlayStation 4 because you want to buy it. But you go ahead and buy it. And I'm going to laugh at you every time you throw that controller on the floor mad because Skype didn't work when you wanted it to. I'm going to be mad every time you try to say, Xbox One, load such and such a game. Xbox One, load such and such. You fucking fooker, load the game. I'm going to laugh at you. Here's what I think about Xbox. Xbox One, start by PlayStation 4. Thank you. The X-Bone. Ugh. I'll take my 360 over the Xbox One any day of the week. I would gladly even put my PS or my 360 up against an Xbox One because at least the 360 works. It does what it's supposed to do. It plays games. It doesn't lock up every time you turn around. Hey, Xbox One, snap to this. Snap to it, baby. See, who cares about all that junk, dude? I want to put a game in it and hit the button and it play. That's what I want. I don't care about all that other garbage you keep saying it's so good. Did you know it does this? I don't care. What's that got to do with playing video games? Nothing. I'm going to get another fooker out of him. Watch, Braz, it's coming. I'm going to get two in a matter of a minute. See, even cause a panic knows. That's right, man. I wouldn't either. Screw that Xbox One. It needs a lot of work done to it. I know inside. I understand what you're saying. Inside, it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do, but it's not doing that. It's got problems. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It's got issues. It's constantly freezing up on people. It's constantly locking them out of their games. It's constantly right in the middle of a game, Skype popping up on them or snapping to the menu on them in mid-game. Who wants all that aggravation when you're playing a video game? You think I'm being funny, but I'm not. There's a reason why I don't have an Xbox One, and that's why. Because I don't want to have to keep dealing with all that stupid malfunctioning problems that thing has. Sure, graphically it looks great. Sure, audibly it sounds awesome. It puts out a great sound. It's all the other stuff that doesn't work that causes problems. I'm not saying it's It's inferior power wise. Your phone needs a slap. Do what you got to do, man. Slap it. Slap it. Uh oh, Kaz is really gonna write me something sweet. Watch, Braz. I love that guy. He's awesome. You know I'm messing with you, Kaz. Come on now. Oh Lord. Which iPhone do you have? Do you have the iPhone 5 or the iPhone 6? Come on, man. You're supposed to be PC Master Race, Kaz. It shouldn't take you this long to call me a fucking fooker. Tell me how stupid I am. Oh, you got the iPhone 6? Is it any good? I've heard mixed reviews on it.